Welcome, everyone. Today, we're joined by Brendan Manley, founder and CEO of VirtualAd, an organization built on the promise of bringing transparency and better performance to digital advertising. Today, VirtualAd works with brands who have high-ticket offers and spend at least $20,000 per month on online advertising, and they help to drive more growth and scale their digital marketing efforts. Brendan, thanks so much for joining us today and for taking time to talk to us about your experience working with Enkel.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys initially started working with Enkel in June of 2022, and you use Enkel for bookkeeping, payroll, and accounts receivable services. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's kick things off. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your organization?
Yep. So our company is called VirtualAd. We're a growth agency that focuses on helping direct-to-consumer lead generation brands, scale up their marketing efforts. We built a marketing system that helps enable brands drive predictable and profitable and qualified leads through a multi-channel marketing approach. And our services include multi-channel marketing, of course, tracking, analytics, reporting, CRM automation, strategy and mapping, CRM implementation, email automation implementation, pipeline and sales process, cleanup, database management, performance reporting, funnel page designs and development, email and text message marketing, ad creative services, CRO services, and attribution and tracking services as well.
Wow, a little bit of everything. As a fellow marketer, that's a pretty holistic approach to demand gen.
Yep.
All right. Tell me a bit about yourself and your background.
Yeah, so I've always been in the marketing industry. I've got about 10 years of digital marketing experience. I used to work for an ad agency out of university, which is where I got a lot of my technical experience running campaigns across a bunch of different platforms. Part of that role was also on the tracking and analytics side, using Google Analytics, Google Tag Manager, software like that. And then I moved to Toronto to work in sales and client services at an advertising technology company called Accounts. And in 2019, I decided to start my own agency. And so around February, I left Accounts and started VirtualAd full-time.
Wow, great. Okay, so let's talk back office functions. So what are some of the challenges that you guys were facing before you started working with Enkel?
Definitely time and capacity to manage bookkeeping and accounting deliverables. So, I was managing all tasks related to accounting and finance, tasks like invoicing, expense categorizations, monthly bank reconciliations, working with a contract accountant for tax filings, doing payroll, doing just reporting and financial analysis, accounts receivable follow-ups, so calling clients that might have not paid, and whatnot. And so as we continued to grow the business, obviously this work became, pretty overwhelming for me. So, working with Enkel to help relieve time and capacity constraints was the biggest reason for us to hire Enkel. And that provided us with a lot of time savings once we started.
Yeah, great. So what made you decide to outsource versus hire folks, bookkeepers or whatever in-house?
Yeah, so outsourcing versus in-house, the stage that our business was at when we hired Enkel wasn't big enough, I'd say, to justify hiring a full-time accountant. But we were past the stage in that which it was too much work for me to manage on my own. And so Enkel offered a service and price point that worked really well with the stage that we were at with our growth. And so that's why we decided to hire Enkel. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. And how did you find or learn about Enkel?
Yes, I was originally looking for different bookkeeping services, and I contacted a company called Bench Accounting. And at the time, they didn't work with Canadian clients at the time, only US clients. And then they referred me to Enkel.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, Bench is a good partner of ours. Okay, so what are some of the highlights of working with Enkel for you?
I think there's a few different highlights. One is just always having up-to-date financials. So when I was doing a lot of the bookkeeping on my own, as client work would increase, I would find that I would fall behind, a month or couple months on just expense categorizations and just keeping up with our QuickBooks. So just always having up-to-date monthly financials is really awesome. Time savings, I already mentioned, is a big thing. And, as an output from that, it's allowed us to grow our business. So I've been able to focus on, client services, hiring a team, and just getting new clients and growing our revenues. And so it's really helped with our growth and our process in general.
Mm-hmm. And having those up-to-date financials, how are you using those day to day?
Yeah, so we use them for, we have annual targets that, me and my business partner have put together for the team. And so we use the monthly financials primarily to assess how we're pacing against the targets that we've set. And we also use it for monthly team internal updates on how our business is doing from how we're doing compared to our targets, how we're doing from a cash flow standpoint, and then how we're understanding where most of our revenue is coming from a service category standpoint, which allows us to invest more into certain types of services, and then also get a good pulse check on what, how efficient our spending is from an expense standpoint and where we could maybe cut costs.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. And so you talked a little bit about some time savings. What are some of the other sort of results that and you're in a business that's very results focused. So what are some of the results that you've seen as a result of working with Enkel?
I think the biggest result has just been providing an environment and foundation to grow our business. If I didn't hire Enkel and we weren't ready to hire someone full time, I would still be managing all of the back office accounting work. And that would prevent me from being able to hire a team as quickly as we did, get new clients, pitch new clients, streamline our processes, standardize, pitch decks, presentations, meetings, etc. And so I think the biggest result has just Enkel's allowed us to create the foundation that allowed us to kind of grow in a quicker fashion, if you will. Yeah.
No, I hear that a lot. So I totally get that. Okay, so is there anything else that you'd like to share about working with Enkel for other organizations who might be considering it?
I think it's a no-brainer, to be honest. If you're a business owner that is currently growing and you're getting to a point where your workload with the bookkeeping is really taking up a lot of your time, it's fundamental for you to outsource your back office work to a company like Enkel, because you need to be able to allocate your time to client services, making clients happy, improving your service offering or your product, and getting more clients and growing your revenue. So you're not really able to get that next step of growth if you're not able to offload that back office work at some point throughout your growth journey. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. I hear that a lot. So thanks for sharing that. So Brendan, thanks so much for sharing your story with us today. I know that other business owners will be very interested in hearing how outsourcing back office functions to Enkel has helped you operate more efficiently and improve visibility within your organization. So thanks again, and best of luck to you and the team at VirtualAd.
Well, thank you very much.